Hey guys, welcome back to my channel where we talk all things Marvel and pop culture. I'm your host, Bryant. So before we get into this video, be sure to like, subscribe, comment down below, share it to at least 3 people you know if you're new. Hit that ding button to get notified of when I post. Follow me on all my socials in the link in description. Today we're going to talk about, we're not really talking about, but we're ranking Phase 4 as a whole. I'm excluding the holiday specials and Guardians of the Galaxy holiday special and the Werewolf by Night holiday special, because they really didn't put, Marvel really didn't put that into the Phase 4 timeline, really. So I'm not gonna, I'm just not gonna worry about that. But everything from the TV shows into the films and the movies, fair game. So let's get into this video. Starting off, I'm gonna go from bottom to top. Bottom to top, 14 to first. So, starting out with number 13, I'm going to go with Eternals. This was really not to bash Eternals. I think it was a little bit too long of a movie. It was an amazing cast. You had Angelina Jolie in it. The only thing, really, and I think I feel like it's going to grow better with time. I'm not, diminishing it in any way, but we've only really got one reference of the hand in the ocean, and that was in She-Hulk, and that might have been just a joke, but in how things ended, and Arsham in the end, how we deal with Celestials and all this moving forward in the MCU. I wonder who we're going to see next, and especially how we got introduced to Harry Styles' character, Star Fox. I want to say they said he was Thanos' brother, so we're going to see how it grows from now on. Will we get an Eternals 2? I'll be down to see it, whatever phase it may be. It might be like Phase 7, honestly, but it wasn't a bad movie. It was just, I don't know. I think there were other, just better Phase 4 projects. But, I mean, depending on who you talk to, it's either you enjoyed Phase 4, you really didn't enjoy it, the woke agendas and all of that. I don't really subscribe to all that. I really don't let that get to me. But, Eternals, number 14. Number 13, I'm going to go She-Hulk, Attorney at Law. I think this was too much, funny stuff. Too much funny stuff, too much comedy into it. I get she's like that in the comics. She breaks the fourth wall a lot. But, I wanted to see more of her in the courtroom. It's a lawyer show. I really want to see more cases, at least taken more seriously. I mean, the first 2 episodes and the last 2 episodes I really enjoyed, but the middle, it's just like, it's where it drops off for me. It's like, man, and I really enjoyed when they bring in Daredevil, of course. We get to see Matt Murdock, and, him and Jen Walters set it off and communicate. That was pretty cool to see at the end of the series. And how they made the characters, it's like, okay, but but I think if you're like a person that doesn't like, woke stuff, and I feel like they messed up with, you're making fun of that crowd, and that's not really gonna, entice, your fans and want them to come back. And I think that is kind of where, why, fans are kind of iffy about Marvel right now, because they really haven't been, I think She-Hulk really took a dip for the MCU, especially in Phase 4. But I think, of course, I think the really thing I'm trying to say is, I think things are going to start to pick up in Phase 5, and we're going to get more serious projects and dealing with more serious stuff, especially in Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. We're dealing with Kang, and whatever happens in that movie, I think that's going to be a little more serious. Actually, we have 15, so I misranked a little bit. But at number 11, we got Falcon and the Winter Soldier. So I'm going to say, okay, 15 is Eternals, 14 is She-Hulk, 13 is Falcon and the Winter Soldier. I got all this confused because I left out Thor: Love and Thunder. Falcon and the Winter Soldier is 13. Yeah, Falcon and the Winter Soldier is 13. I don't know. I really didn't know what to expect from this series. I'm really giving them the benefit of the doubt with this one because, you know, most of these projects were filmed during the pandemic, and now that we're getting out of it, and that's another reason why I think Phase 5 projects are going to start to pick up, and the connections are going to start picking up, because they couldn't get people in and out and this and that. Having somebody else in, John Walker taking up the shield, Sam, questioning if he should take up the shield. He's a black man carrying the shield. We get introduced to Isaiah Bradley, and, I really enjoyed it, but, it doesn't really stick out to me. I really think this would have been better if it was a movie, but we are getting Captain America New World Order. I think that's going to be, it'll benefit from it. So Falcon and the Winter Soldier at 13. 12, I got What If Season 1. I like this because it's dealing with the multiverse. Could it play into the just live action MCU? We'll see. But it was nice to see different realities, different situations happen from episode to episode. Really, probably my favorite episodes was this Doctor Strange episode and the final 2 episodes, really. Yeah, the final 2 episodes. And, I enjoyed seeing Captain Carter in the first episode, and that makes me want to see more of live action Captain Carter more in the future. Haley Atwell portraying that character somewhere in the multiverse, because we know, spoiler for Doctor Strange of the Multiverse of Madness, she met her demise, of course, in the Illuminati. But What If at 12, I want to say, hope I'm not messing this up, Moon Knight, number 11. This really, you really didn't see a lot of connections to the MCU, and that's fine. This really stands alone compared to the other, content, other projects we've got in Phase 4, and this really, it was like he was his, Moon Knight was in his own, realm, dealing with the villain he was dealing with, and Ethan Hawke's villain, and, seeing May Calloway's character, I really enjoyed her character, and her becoming the Scarlet Scarab in the end. I really, she really become one of my favorite characters in MCU after that. Oscar Isaac did an amazing job in this series. But yeah, I think this will really tie in really to, maybe even Blade, Midnight Suns if we ever get that project. So Moon Knight. Next project I'm going to say is Hawkeye. We're getting towards the holidays again. I'm probably going to rewatch. I'll probably watch this during the holidays, as it goes on and on, as years go. I think, I enjoy it for the holidays. We get introduced to Kate Bishop. We see Yelena in this, of course, maybe 4th episode, I want to say. I really enjoyed Haley Steinfeld as Kate Bishop. Of course, one of my new favorite characters in the MCU. I think she did a good job for what she was giving with this series. Seeing Jeremy Renner back as Hawkeye, kind of passing the torch, I guess I'll say, at the end. The post-credit, I'm still not over. Yeah, still not over. But it is what it is. And the next ranking I got on this is Thor: Love and Thunder. I think, they went too heavy with the jokes compared to Ragnarok. Taika Waititi did good with Ragnarok, and, it took a dip with Love and Thunder, and, with the news coming out with Chris Hemsworth lately, him wanting to go into a new direction with Thor after Love and Thunder. Will Taika be back? Will he not be back from the next film? Who knows? But I really feel like they should have done Jane Foster better than they did as Mighty Thor. I wish they didn't kill her off, but, maybe it makes sense for the story. Maybe to bring her back as a Valkyrie again. We see her at the end in Valhalla? Does she stay there? How does, these really, what I say, realms of that we see, especially in Moon Knight in the Field of Reeds, and in Thor: Love and Thunder in Valhalla. So how does that stuff tie in together? And of course, the Black Panther realm in, where Bast, they worship Bast and their ancestral plane. So Thor: Love and Thunder, I got that right there. I really feel like I wish they would have cheated. I wish we would have got Christian Bale in this more gore in this movie. Maybe that's why they didn't have, they cut the time short on it, because I think it was a longer movie, but they cut it a little short. I think it ended up being like an hour and something of a movie. So I think it was too much of a funny movie. I think that's one of people's problems with Phase 4 and what it all happened and what not happened. So next, I got Ms. Marvel. Really enjoyed this show. It was something different to be introduced to the MCU. Got a Pakistani, character in the MCU finally. Met Kamala Khan. Amin Vellani did an amazing job as Ms. Marvel. I can't wait to see her in the Marvels next year. We, they say the word mutation in it in the finale. So saying she's a mutant instead of a human. Interested to see where they go with that. But learning the culture with this series was very, what I would say, I guess, enlightening. And even the co-stars were in this were pretty good. And I think everyone did their job in this series. So I put Ms. Marvel right here. Next up, Shang-Chi. I think everybody enjoyed this. Everybody's really probably going to have this in their top 3 or their top 5. But I got Shang-Chi right here. It was between this or Black Widow. I'm like, I think I enjoyed Black Widow a little more. But, with Shang-Chi, the action was there. Something you could really enjoy. Being introduced to yet another new character in the MCU. Simu Liu did an amazing job. Destin Daniel Cretton. Can't wait to see what he does with Avengers of Kang Dynasty. Seeing Awkwafina's character. She was pretty good in this. Seeing Shang-Chi's sister. Excited to see where they go with her. Excited to see a Shang-Chi 2. But yeah, I got Shang-Chi right here. Again, not a bad movie. It's just, I'll admit I enjoyed Black Widow more, to spoil in the next ranking here. Next up, I got Black Widow. Of course, I think this movie should have at least been in like Phase 2 or Phase 3. I love the family dynamic in this. I, of course, believe this could have been a better movie than it was. But Scarlett Johansson, one of the original Avengers, I feel like they should have gave her this movie a while ago. But I still enjoyed it. Scarlett Johansson did amazing. Seeing Florence Pugh as Yelena Belova for the first time, she did amazing. I can't wait to see what she does in the future of the MCU as the, I guess, new Black Widow. And, she's going to be in Thunderbolts. Will she be in Captain America New World Order? We will see. But the future is bright. Hope we see Black Widow in Secret Wars. But yeah, I really enjoyed Black Widow. It really stood out for me. Next up, I'm going to go Loki. This is where it gets tight for me. I'm going to go Loki. But we get introduced to all the multiversal stuff, variants, how all this stuff works. I think this is going to be it's just going to grow to be even better since it's dealing with multiverse. He Who Remains, Kang, whatever, and variants and all that. Being introduced to Sylvie. I enjoyed Sophia DiMartino's performance in this. Hopefully see her in a movie sometime, maybe at some point, sometime during the future of the MCU. Mobius, Owen Wilson's character, wow. But yeah, I think this, in season 2, is going to be amazing, I think. So I really enjoyed my time with Loki, and dealing with branches, timelines, branches being pruned. I think this is going to ultimately grow to be even better than we think. Next up, Black Panther Wakanda Forever, the latest one to come out. Really enjoyed it, dealing with Chadwick's death and bringing in the new Black Panther. Of course, Shuri becoming the new Black Panther. And then introducing, saying, Nakia and T'Challa had a kid. And now his name is T'Challa. So, I think that kind of balanced out, people wanting to recast. And it'll be interesting to see how, they have him throughout the MCU, what he does throughout the MCU. Is he going to be in the Young Avengers? Are they going to age him up quickly, or what are they going to do with him? It'll be interesting to see. And of course, I thought it was going to be a sadder movie than it was, if that makes sense. I really enjoyed Angela Bassett's performance. I hope she gets an Oscar, for her performance in this movie. Namor Tanakuerta did an amazing job as the villain, the anti-hero in this. Only thing is that I find interesting, why would they introduce Lake Bell's character and then kill her off? I'm not sure if she's dead for sure or not, because at the beginning, Namor, she gets on the plane, he ends up swinging the airplane chopper into the ocean. Okay, it's like, is she in a coma or is she alive? I hope they bring her back. The only thing is, if you were following along, we were supposed to see, I respected that we were supposed to see Doctor Doom in the post-credit, but they removed it. I respect it because maybe they didn't want to drag the attention away from Chadwick and honoring him. So I respect it. Next up, Multiverse of Madness. Elizabeth Olsen. If you've been following me a long time, I enjoy Elizabeth Olsen's performance as Wanda. I hope she gets her solo movie. Benedict Cumberbatch, of course, I enjoyed him as Doctor Strange. We got introduced to Sasha Gomez's America Chavez for the first time in the MCU. Her traveling, through the MCU, punching a star and, entering new universes or whatever. I really enjoyed it. Seeing John Krasinski's Reed Richards, seeing the Illuminati. Then, of course, Wanda going through them, and they meet their demise. I think people really had a problem with Wanda's story in this. But it's like, whatever. I think this movie was like a big what-if movie. Scenarios in this film where we see, of course, Professor X, Sir Patrick Stewart returning back as Professor X. Of course, again, like I said, Captain Carter in the Illuminati, a different Captain Marvel. I really enjoyed this movie. I really did. The story was kind of, but I don't know. I think it could have been better like Black Widow was. But it's in my top 3. At number 2, I got WandaVision. The WandaVision era, oh my goodness, probably the best era. I wish we could go back to the WandaVision era. From episode to episode, we was constantly guessing, is it Mephisto? Is Mephisto coming? And then we ultimately see Agatha, Catherine Hahn, of course, coming to the MCU, Monica being in the MCU, and, seeing for the first time, how she came back from the blip, her being blipped and coming back, and her mom being dead and all that. And, we get a little hint towards, her little rift between Captain Marvel and all that. And, the finale was kind of weird, and how it finished, the post-credit, and how it sets up Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, and Wanda, studying the Darkhold, and then hearing her kids and her dealing with grief. I really enjoyed WandaVision. It's different, man. And then, of course, number 1, Spider-Man No Way Home, bringing Tobey and Andrew back, massive. And not only that, the story-wise, him dealing with, struggling to give people what they want. And, of course, seeing William Dafoe back as Green Goblin, and all these iconic, villains coming back. Doc Ock, Jamie Foxx coming back. We saw Sandman and all that, having the lizard in it. I think it was an amazing movie. I wish we could go back to the Spider-Man No Way Home era and WandaVision era. Tom Holland did an amazing job in this film, and ultimately becoming the Spider-Man most people wanted to be on his own, figuring things out, and him at the end beginning a new apartment and having things, at the end him getting a new suit. And I really enjoyed Spider-Man No Way Home and WandaVision. Those are my top 2. But you guys leave me your thoughts. I'm sorry for the long video. And sorry for the missed rankings a little bit. I forgot to put in Love and Thunder and Black Panther Wakanda Forever, so the numbers might be a little off. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. You guys give me your Phase 4 rankings in the comment section. And before you leave a like, comment down below, hit that ding button to get notified when I post. Share it to at least 3 people you know if you're new. Join my Discord in the link in the description. Follow me on all my socials in the link in the description as well. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Until the next video, I'll see you guys on the next video. Till the next video, I'll see you guys in the next video. Whatever. Love and peace. We out.